Today, Burke is a highly respected rehabilitation center comprised of the Burke Rehabilitation Hospital, the Burke Medical Research Institute, and the Burke Outpatient Division. But it all started 100 years ago with the generosity of one man, John Masterson Burke. Burke was a self-made man. His parents, Irish immigrants, came to America in 1810 in search of a better life. 2 years later, John Masterson Burke was born. He left school when he turned 12 years old and went to work in the steam engine and boiler trade. He became a competent engineer and ultimately traveled to the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, operating a mill for a group of investors. He didn't speak the language when he went there, but after 7 years living abroad, he became fluent in Spanish and used his bilingual abilities to build his fortune in domestic real estate and manufacturing in Latin America. Seeing a need for patients to convalesce after being released from New York City hospitals, he laid the groundwork to create the Winifred Masterson Burke Relief Foundation in 1902 in honor of his mother. Mr. Burke lived until the age of 98. Upon his death, he bequeathed $4.5 million to the newly formed Burke Foundation, and plans soon began to build the Burke Campus. 12 beautiful neoclassical buildings were designed by the premier architectural firm of the time, McKim, Mead & White. Graceful arched colonnades connected the buildings, and underground tunnels protected patients from the weather. The main building was topped by a beautiful clock tower with a gilded gold top that, according to urban legend, came from the original Madison Square Garden in New York City. By 1915, construction was completed, and Burke opened its doors on April 7th of that year. In those early years, Burke operated a Manhattan admitting office and bused patients to White Plains so they could convalesce in the clean country air. Patients now had the opportunity to get better in a tranquil suburban setting nestled on 61 bucolic acres. Just a few years after the Burke Foundation opened its doors, the world descended into the violence of World War I. Burke became a naval hospital, treating sailors injured in the war. Over 2,000 injured sailors became the Burke Navy. Burke focused on physical and occupational therapy to get these sailors back on their feet and help them reintegrate into society. World War I ended, and Burke continued to focus on rehabilitating patients. A big part of this was encouraging activity and moderate exercise, especially for cardiac patients. Several doctors at Burke helped found the American Heart Association in 1924. Several decades of peace were once again followed by another world war, and Burke was there to answer the call of the injured. As the types of war injuries changed, so did Burke. During the 1940s, Burke pioneered the use of prosthetics to assist veterans who experienced wartime amputations. A strong focus on medical rehabilitation transformed Burke from a convalescent home to a rehabilitation hospital. Burke officially changed its name to Winifred Masterson Burke Rehabilitation Hospital in 1951. The 1950s also saw Burke continuing to expand its outreach, forming an outpatient division in 1956. In 1961, Burke teamed up with the Cornell University Medical College, and the institutions formed a powerful partnership in 1968 when Burke became affiliated with Cornell, the New York Hospital, and the Hospital for Special Surgery. In 1975, Burke formed the Burke Medical Research Institute. Today, the institute is at the forefront of basic, translational, and clinical research, applying these findings into treatments for brain injury, spinal cord injury, stroke, dementia, and other neurological conditions. Today, Burke utilizes the most advanced technology available to ensure each patient makes the fullest possible recovery from illness, injury, or surgery.
I think Mr. Burke would say that I am proud that you have not strayed from the mission that I envisioned. Everything we do here is fundamentally accountable to the patient, one patient at a time.
If you're looking for angels who walk this earth, they work at Burke. All of them.